What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka ThatSportsGamer here, back with a fresh episode of Bullpen Banter for you. This is episode number 71. Tonight we're going to be talking about Sony San Diego's The Little Things stream that they did about MLB 18. Lots of stuff to talk about, as you can see from the list over my shoulder. Batting stance creator, throwback uniforms, legend team logos, stadium improvements, custom practice mode, some gameplay stuff, and a legend reveal. On youtube.com/thatsportsgamer, I did a little bitty talk about the batting stance creator. I didn't feel like we could let that stuff go because they did this week on Monday. They did the GameStop Monday, as well as IGN and GameSpot videos again. So I did a little quick, not a real bullpen banter episode, just what I like to call a mound visit. So if you want to check that out, go to youtube.com/thatsportsgamer. It's there. You'll see it. But yeah, let's hop in here. We can talk about the batting stance creator a little bit more. It's pretty straightforward, assuming my thing will switch to the next slide. There we go. So the way it's going to work is you can use any batting stance in the game as a base for your created batting stance, and then you get to go through and play with the offsets for things like your hands, your knees, your wrists, your elbows, your head, your leg, and where you want everything to be. So let's say you want to do something small, like you like Miguel Cabrera's batting stance, but he wiggles the bat too much. You can go in there, load up Miguel Cabrera's batting stance, and change the wiggle. You can do that with any of the real players in the game. Go in there and edit their stuff. So if, say, you're doing a franchise mode or something, and say Carlos Correa in this picture changes his batting stance throughout the season, maybe he raises his hands up a little bit more, you can go in to this mode and change that, and it'll be changed in the game for you. I guess it wouldn't be changed in Diamond Dynasty. That would probably be the same. And actually online play, if you're against them, I would assume would stay the same. But yeah, this is going to be something great for people that use Road to the Show. Now you're going to have a completely customizable batting stance. As you can see in this picture, they actually have it set up where you can't do anything that's going to break the physics, where you can't have like your arms cross each other or the bat go through your head on a waggle or something. So that should be really cool, and it seems like they've got that real set up to be a great addition. They've said people have been asking for this for a long time, and it should be really cool. And the way it's going to work is it's all numbers, so that if you want to let somebody else use the same batting stance that you have, you can just go in, give them the screenshots, tell them the numbers, and they can set it up to match your guy exactly in their game, if that's something you want to do. Also, you'll be able to upload custom players to the vault with your batting stance, but you will not be able to upload custom batting stance to the vault. That's not something that's going to be in there this year. But yeah, custom batting stance is cool. A requested feature for a long time. Very interested to see how people make their batting stances. I wonder if people will make real looking batting stances, or we're just going to see a whole bunch of funky stuff looking like Craig Counsell and Tony Phillips batting stances. But yeah, it should be interesting to see that online. That can be used in Road to the Show and also in Diamond Dynasty for your created player. And then you can edit the real guys for your franchises. Yeah, I think this year they said in the stream they rattled off a whole bunch of stats. I'll go through some of them now. As of now, there are over 1,200 batting stances in the game. As you can see here, there's a couple hundred just veteran stances, not including all the ones that are custom named for guys. 10 sets of new finger animations, so now guys will be playing with their hands on the bat, so that's going to look pretty cool. 93 brand new batting stances, 190 redone batting stances, 40 new pitching motions, 70 redone pitching motions, 21 new legend stances, and 10 new legend pitching motions. There's also going to be 10 new outfield celebrations, 30 new generic medium and high density home run celebrations, 25 new real home run swings from MLB players. You saw some of the stuff we got from Aaron Judge in those videos that they were putting up. 18 new generic home plate celebrations for after you hit a home run. 24 new generic home run celebrations for the dugout. And then one of the things that I liked a lot, because I'm all about the old-timey stuff, they showed off a whole bunch of new throwback uniforms. There's going to be 19 in total. We're going to hit on one, the 1931 Red Sox that you can see here. Looks pretty stylish with the red pinstripes. And then while they were doing that, they also showed off these 3 new legend teams that you're going to be able to play against or play with. It looks like they're going to be in play now. Maybe there will be some sort of Diamond Dynasty stuff that will want you to play these teams. But there's going to be 3 of them. This is the Long Ball Beasts. This is made up of players from the 90s and the 2000s. Then there's also the Expansion Era Boomers. These guys are from the 70s and 80s. And then the Mid-Century Groundbreakers. They said from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I do wonder if some of the older players will be on this game in here from like the 30s and 40s, from the 20s and 30s. We'll see about that. But they only said 40s, 50s, and 60s. Will Babe Ruth show up on this team? Who knows? We'll see. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are having a great week of MLB The Show news. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you head over to ThatSportsGamer.com. Subscribe to the Bullpen Banter podcast, where you can get this in audio form, as well as YouTube.com/ThatSportsGamer, where you can watch the video archived if you don't get to watch it live on Twitch.tv/ThatSportsGamer. Moving right along. They've added the 1992 Blue Jays jerseys. I believe they have the home and roads for all these jerseys that they mention. SnaggleJ will be very happy about that. They've also added the 1989 Indians jerseys. You may remember those from Major League. They look pretty good. Then they also have the 1994 Angels jerseys, as well as the 1981 Expos home and away jerseys. They figured since Vlad was going to be in the game, they got to get some Expos jerseys in here. And now we have them. As you can see, Bryce Harper wearing it above me. They've also added the 1975 Angels and the 1998 Padres jerseys. There's the blue Expos jerseys to check out. They've also added the 1944 Dodgers road jerseys. This is when they were still in Brooklyn, and they have these sweet blue road jerseys. They also added the 07 Diamondbacks jerseys to the game. It's the 20th anniversary or 21st anniversary of the jerseys. I don't know why they put these ones in. Maybe these were the first ones when they switched to the red. I don't know about that. I don't think that's even right. They also have the 1927 St. Louis Cardinals jerseys. In 26, they had won the World Series. So they had, if you look above me, you can see they have the Cardinal, and then it says World Series around the logo. They've also added the 1947 Reds jerseys and also the 1975 Big Red Machine jerseys. So good stuff there if you're a fan of the Reds. 1966 Pirates have also been added for Pop Stargell and the crew, as well as the 1994 Pirates jerseys, which look like Pirates jerseys. So these are more of the Barry Bonds Pirates jerseys. They also added the 1929 Cubs jerseys, the 2002 Astros jerseys, both home and away, 1949 Phillies jerseys, and the 1946 Tigers jerseys, which I believe has the same D on the shirt and the hat. Tigers jerseys, lots of different ones, but they all just have different Ds. Next up, there have been new major corporate sponsors added to the game. So you can see this big Nike logo here in center field at Yankee Stadium. So you're going to see that kind of stuff around the parks more rather than just the Topps ones and MLB stuff. So you'll see some real sponsors out there. I believe there are more corporate sponsors than just Nike, but they haven't talked about those yet. They've added bleachers and bleacher seating. So if you didn't like people in seats, you now get to see them in bleachers. Babe Ruth plaque has also been added to Memorial Park in Yankee Stadium. The Chop House has been added at SunTrust Field in Atlanta, as has the Hit It Here Cafe in Safeco. As they mentioned, they also redid all of the backgrounds at all the minor league stadiums. I believe they used to be like 2D sprites, and now they've done full 3D on them all. And they look pretty good. I believe this is Laughing Mountain Park. They've also added the new Jumbotron into San Diego. They did not add that cool new Jumbotron that Colorado got. Hopefully that'll be in next year. If you haven't seen Colorado's one, it used to be there was the video board, and then there was stuff on top of it, and then the outline of the Rocky Mountains. Now it's just the video board is the whole thing, which looks pretty cool. S. Cobb, what's going on in the chat, my man? And guys, if you're listening to this in the archive or via the podcast, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ThatSportsGamer so you know when we go live on twitch.tv/ThatSportsGamer. You can also flip the notifications on over there so you can be involved in the chat when we do these streams. What do we say here? Jumbotron in San Diego. So yeah, this is Laughing Mountain Park, but they've redone them for all the stadiums in the minor leagues. Here we have the updated Capitol Field, which one of my favorite parks to play at. So very happy to see that. I forget what the name of this place is. Is this like Red Rock something? But you can see the mountains out there looking beautiful and popping in that Sedona red. The next big thing they talked about was the new custom practice mode. So you'll be able to go in and do pitching, fielding, batting, and base running practice. It's pretty straightforward how it's going to work. You're just going to go in here and create a play. You can pick your pitcher, pick your hitter, put runners on the bases, and decide if you want to repeat the play or if you just want to keep playing from that part. And you can also set the count and set the counts, the stadium, set the weather, all that stuff. The only thing they said that you can't do yet, and it might be added in MLB 19, is do certain stuff like guys are always going to hit balls just at the tracks or just at the wall, so you can try to do practice jumping catches and stuff like that, or tell the pitch where to go all the time. They're hoping to add that stuff in for next year. Next up, they've redone the way the vault goes. If you remember from this year, they've got the logo, roster, player, and slider vaults. They used to just be menus, or not menus, just lists, which weren't real great. I think for the logos, you actually you could see the preview, but it would take a second to load. This is going to show them all much bigger, show them all in your face. And the best part about it is that they're also going to have searchable by name. So here you can see the logo vault. Then we got the roster vault, player vault here. So you can actually see the players, how the players look. So if you're looking for a particular player and you don't want to download the guy to see what he looks like, here you go. You get to see his face right off the bat. And then you got the slider vault here. But yeah, best part is the searchable by name. I know, I think last week I was streaming. My buddy Darth Obvious asked, hey, can you find me a Brewers logo? And guess what? That was damn near impossible. But now that we actually have a search box that we can search with, and you can also search by username, which is also huge, because last year you would just need to sort them by name and then try to find them alphabetically. So that should make stuff a whole lot easier if you're looking for a logo. Again, I will be trying to make a Bullpen Banter logo. I assume that is going to fail miserably, so I'll probably have to get someone to do it for us. Then I'll make it available to everybody if they want to rock Bullpen Banter jerseys. Next up, they added a whole bunch of nameplates and icons and stuff. The nameplates are the things that show up when you're playing someone online. They show up in the top right-hand corner with your username and your nameplate and icon and stuff. So you can see that here. I think they said they added 50 new nameplates, and some are in universal packs, which they're going to talk about, I guess, more in the DD stream. It sounds like it's just a pack that has either nameplates or icons. So look out for that. By default, for the icons, I believe you will have the show 18 icon as well as all the flags unlocked by default. And then if you want team specific ones, you need to do I believe it's the first step in the team collections, from what I saw. Some other notes they now have 18 new music tracks for you to listen to. We hope Marcus's hamster feels better. The new customized sounds that you can do in the game are now going to be by theme. So like you have theme 1, theme 2, and MLB Network. So you can do custom sounds for each of those themes. Last year it was, if you just did one custom sound, it would be for all 3 themes. So now you can do that across all those. If you use the music mode, that'll now play continuously, even if you're going through loading screens. So that is pretty cool. But if you're like me, someone who streams a lot, first thing you do when you turn on MLB The Show is you turn off all the music, because you don't want to get muted in Twitch or a copyright strike in YouTube. After that, they went over a whole bunch of miscellaneous notes. Let's go through some of those. 401 new throw animations. Well, they said 401 plus, so just take these as pluses, but they gave very specific numbers, so I don't know why you would say 401 plus. Why not just say more than 400? So 266 new catch animations, 220 new tags, 202 new transitions, 188 situational awareness animations. That's the stuff like Trey Turner calling 2 outs, rain delays, but not postponements or double headers. 5 new hitting cameras. 3 of them are new strike zone cameras. A lot of people used strike zone last year. That seemed to be the meta, was using strike zone cameras. They've added now strike zone 2, 3, and high. The thing I like, as someone who doesn't really love the strike zone camera where it's all up in your face, I've been using the offset zoom one, which is kind of like the best of both worlds. I believe it's strike zone either 2 or 3. They do give you a little bit of a pulled back view, so you're not so far up into the guy's up in the strike zone's face, and it takes up your whole screen. I like to have a little bit of the field so I see what's going on. I can still see some of the guy's batting stance out of the corner of my eye. So yeah, 3 new strike zone cameras, and then I believe there's 2 new fisheye cameras that they've added in. Here you can see they've toned down the opacity on the PCI a little bit. If you remember last year, was it last year where it was like super yellow, like buckshot is super yellow. I felt like you couldn't see anything through the buckshot PCI, and it made it super hard to hit. But now they've toned down the opacity on the inside of it, making it a lot easier to see. Again, the PCI moves if you're early or late timing, and that's on purpose. So they wanted to mention that so that you know that you might feel like you didn't swing over a pitch, but because you swung early, you actually did swing over it. Or if you swung late, I think your PCI in the swing analysis is going to show you that you were under it. So, just good to know. I think we talked about that a little bit during last season, but that's just a good reminder for you. All the other PCIs are still in. Your wedge, your reticle, your buckshot, all still in. But buckshot is still the only one that will show up in the swing analysis because that's the one they feel gives you the most accurate representation of what actually happened in the play. Oop, too far. They've rebalanced directional hitting because that was super easy last year. Toward the end of the season, that was a kind of joke that if you just wanted to get wins in BR, just flip it on directional hitting and you've got no problem. Then you should just be able to hit everything that way. They've also rebalanced the power and contact swings. They noticed that a lot of people were just getting 2 strikes last year and then just contact swinging to death and getting a whole bunch of foul balls and making people really annoyed. They've also said, which is big for me because this was a real problem that I had, contact guys like Tony Gwynn are going to be much more viable this year because of the changes to the hitting engine and the physics engine. I forget what season it was that Tony Gwynn was a ranked season reward in Diamond Dynasty, but I was super psyched to get him, got him, and couldn't do anything with him, even though he had amazing contact and amazing vision. There was just no pop coming off off his bat at all. And then the best thing I did was I sold him and picked up Jacoby Ellsbury, And Jacoby Ellsbury still patrolling center field for my team. But yeah, I'm excited. If Tony Gwynn's going to be a viable option next year, that's going to be really awesome. They've rescaled the vision ratings for more granularity in the PCI size. Fielding reactions have been rebalanced, so bad fielders will play worse. So Ted Williams, that was able to get to everything, though he didn't really catch everything, shouldn't be able to get the balls that he shouldn't be able to get to. And hopefully that should make for more stuff like dropping in before outfielders over the infielders' heads with stuff like that, or more balls into the gap maybe. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to that stuff. There's always been a combination when you're looking for a good outfielder that's going to cover ground. You want a combination of speed, fielding, and reaction. Those are the three key things you want to look for. But you need all three of them. You can't really focus on just having one. Like if you're Billy Hamilton and you have 99 speed, but your fielding and reaction times aren't that great, someone like a Kevin Kiermaier who might have like mid 80s speed, but he has 99 fielding and 99 reaction, he's going to get that quick jump off the ball, and he might be able to cover more ground than the guy that's just a pure speed guy on a plate. So you definitely want to have all three of those ratings into consideration when looking at who's going to be your defenders in the outfield. And I guess also on the infield, that's going to be important. The sooner they can react, the sooner they can make a better play. There's not going to be any rain delays in Diamond Dynasty. There was a bug last year where outfielders would just be jogging to a ball rather than just sprinting to it. That's been fixed. There's going to be no Create Stadium this year. There's new brands in the game for accessories, but they're going to talk about those in the Road to the Show stream. New hairstyles are going to be in the game, but they're also going to talk about in the Road to the Show stream. Again, if you go to youtube.com/ThatSportsGamer, I did that quick episode, the mound visit episode, where I talked about what they showed in the GameStop Monday, IGN, and GameSpot videos. There I show off a couple of the new hairstyles that they showed. You're not going to be able to have home and away accessories. This is essentially what they did a Q&A part of the stream, and this was just stuff that the chat was asking. So I'm just kind of relaying that for you. But yeah, some people like to have colored batting gloves when they're at home, but then white batting gloves when they're away, or I guess vice versa. But that is not an option. Mike Trout has now been face scanned, so he will look like Mike Trout in the game. Apparently the way it works is they send their face scanning guys down to spring training, and they have a tent there, but it's all voluntary. If people don't want to go in, they don't have to go in. They're not forced into it or anything. And then the way it works is if they get scanned this year, they'll be in the game next year. So last spring training, Mike Trout got scanned, and he's going to be in there now. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully they got some more new guys. And so I guess guys that were rookies last year that might have gotten scanned, or rookies 2 years ago that didn't get scanned their rookie year, if they got scanned last year, they should be in there now. What else we got here? There's no new classic stadiums, so the stuff that we have is still the same ones. No tattoos on players. Still no logo upload for your Diamond Dynasty logo. That one hurts. That's something I really want to see, especially with what you see 2K doing in WWE and NBA. Having the ability to upload logos in Diamond Dynasty would be awesome. We're going to have the same umpires from last year, and variable umpires are still on. Something that they mentioned that I'm really excited for is sacrifice bunting is going to be much more effective in real sacrifice bunting situations. Last year, the sacrifice bunt was not a thing, really, because even if you tried to do a sac bunt, I feel like most of the time it would just shoot at a third baseman or a first baseman, and they would usually have enough time to make the play at second if you didn't send the runner before. So that's kind of huge. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you can't upload stances to the vault, but you can upload players with custom stances to the vault. So if someone does make something cool, they can upload a player, and then you can use that and then edit the player from there for your likings. They have added rain delays. Rain delays are going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to be playing. It's going to be in the rain. Then you're going to get a cutscene of the umpires, like so, talking with the coach. I guess probably the home team coach or maybe your team coach. They're going to call a rain delay. Then you're going to get a pop-up that says the rain delay is expected to last about X amount of minutes. Would you like to leave the current pitcher in the game or warm up a fresh arm? You make your decision if you're going to keep someone in or warm up a new person. And then from there, they go straight to the warm-up pitches, and there should be no rain. And then you're good. So shouldn't take too long. Hopefully they'll let you X past that cutscene. The thing I really hated recently was that the challenge cutscenes you can't skip through, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, rain delays, that's cool if you're interested in that. I don't love the idea because it's just kind of wasting time, but I mean, if the rain gets bad, I would be more excited for this if they would have explained more about how the rain is going to affect the actual gameplay. Like, are players going to be sliding in the rain like how they do in Madden? If that kind of stuff's in, that would be cool, but they haven't mentioned that, so I assume that's not how it's going to be. So I guess the rain delay is just going to be a little thing that pops up and might bother you if you have a starter that's going well and there's a 90-minute rain delay. You probably don't want to bring him back in. I assume it'll affect the stamina, might affect their, if it's a long delay, maybe they'll be more prone to get injured if you bring the starter back in, but we'll have to see how that actually plays out. Logos aren't transferable from MLB 17 to MLB 18. I don't think they've ever actually been transferable. I know they've said they've been working on it, but the reason they said was because they add new layers and stuff to the logo creation, that it's hard to map it one-to-one, so they don't want to break stuff by moving it forward. There's no new pitching cameras, so everything from last year is still the same. If you saw the Olay animation a lot last year, that was actually a problem because it was happening at balls not hit as hard as they should be. So this year, the Olay animation should only happen on high velocity balls to the fielders. And last but not least, the big new legend is the big hurt Frank Thomas. Very excited to see that. Frank Thomas, one of those guys that started playing as I started watching baseball. I think I was 6 when he broke into the league. So I'm very, very happy to see him come into Diamond Dynasty. Let me pull up his baseball reference page real quick. Let's get an idea of what kind of cards we could be seeing from him. He put up back-to-back MVP seasons in 93 and 94. Arguably, well, 94 was a strike-shortened season. Arguably the better season. He went in 113 games. So remember, this is only 113 games. 38 home runs, 101 RBIs, 109 walks. He hit 353, 487 on base, 729 slugging. That's a 1217 OPS. So he led the league that year in runs, walks, on base, slugging, and OPS plus. Yeah, back-to-back MVP seasons there. 521 career home runs. 301 lifetime batter. He's kind of going to be a beast. You figure maybe he'll get a hardware card for one of the MVP seasons. Probably get an all-star card because he was an all-star 5 times. What else we got here? So we'll probably get a rookie card. His rookie year was actually also very good. He hit 330 in 60 games as a rookie. We will probably see an impact veteran with Oakland or Toronto. Trying to see, did he have a great year? Didn't really have any great years with those guys. I mean, he hit 2. Actually, wow, I was way wrong. In 2006, at 38 years old with Oakland, he hit 39 home runs, 114 RBIs, hit 270 with a 381 on base and a 547 slugging percentage. Not bad for a 38-year-old. Did he strike out much? No, he did not. He had 3 out of 19 seasons. He had 3 seasons where he struck out over 13. Struck out over 100 times. Most seasons it was in the 60s to 70s, if not lower. But yeah, Frank Thomas, kind of a beast. They don't call him the big hurt for nothing. So it will be very, very nice to see him in the game. I remember in Little League, I had the Big Hurt baseball cleats. I believe they were like black and white, maybe red. They were Reebok, and they were pretty dope. Is Reebok in the game? I assume it is. I'm pretty sure Reebok's in the game. But if not, I would expect them to get it for now. I can actually pull up the game and see if Reebok's in there. I don't remember. I really don't remember if Reebok cleats are in the game. But the Big Hurt, his deals were with Reebok. Maybe he went to Nike at the end? I don't remember off the top of my head. But if you've been watching the streams, you've noticed they have not been showing up any of the Legends ratings. That's going to be something that they're going to go into on the March 2nd Diamond Dynasty stream. And again, that's going to be a Friday. All the other streams have been on Thursdays. The Diamond Dynasty stream will be on Friday. So it doesn't look like they have any Reebok stuff. I do wonder, with Frank Thomas coming in, if they will get Reebok. That would be pretty legit, especially if they have those Frank Thomas Reeboks in there. But yeah, interesting stream. A lot of cool stuff. Love the jerseys. Batting Stance Creator is interesting. I don't know if I'll use it too much. I don't think I would go in and do a lot of craziness, though my batting stance wasn't crazy when I played baseball. I usually just use Miguel Cabrera's because it's pretty much the same as how I batted when I played baseball. I might turn the waggle. Cabrera's got a little bit of a waggle. Maybe I would turn that down. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody does, making some cool stuff up there with that new tool. But yeah, lots of cool stuff in the stream. I'm excited for MLB The Show 18. I assume you are, because you're watching this. If you weren't watching or listening to this, you probably wouldn't be excited for MLB The Show. Let's take a look at the schedule that they've released. So coming up, February 19th will be another GameStop Monday. That's going to be talking about some of the presentation and commentary things. I wonder if that GameStop Monday is going to spoil who the new person in the booth is. I don't know if it will. My guess, Jim Tomei. I would love to see Jim Tomei in the booth in the game. He did just sign. He just joined MLB Network not too long ago, so it would be cool. It would make sense. They have a lot of MLB Network people in the game, so adding him would be awesome. His name fits the asterisks. I don't know what you call them, but his name fits. We'll also be seeing dynamic storylines and conversations, and the new full speed replay system. So we'll see what that's all about. And then again, the other streams will be March 2nd will be the Diamond Dynasty one. March 8th will be the Road to the Show deep dive. March 15th will be the franchise front office deep dive. And then on the 22nd, they will have the show developer tournament and AMA. And then 23rd, if you pre-ordered and got the fancy edition from some of the stores, you will be playing MLB The Show 18. Not very long from now. I'm super excited. If you haven't purchased it and you are thinking about ordering it from Amazon, please go to thatsportsgamer.com/Amazon. If you use that to do your Amazon shopping, I'll get a little on the backside. That stuff helps the stream setup happen. All this stuff. We got a new graphics package coming very soon. Volt is working on it. Hopefully this weekend I'll have it and we can play with it a little bit. And maybe we'll break it out for the next stream. Maybe we'll keep it for the first real stream of the year. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go along. Yeah. You can always follow me here on twitch.tv/thatsportsgamer, youtube.com/thatsportsgamer for the archives of Bullpen Banter. If you ever want to chit chat, you can go to twitter.com/thatsportsgamer. Or if you really, really want to talk about MLB The Show, we have a Discord community. You can go to thatsportsgamer.com/bbdiscord. It'll be in the description and the show notes. I think we have like 120 people there now, all chatting about MLB The Show. Thinking about doing some stuff there soon. I'm gonna ask in the next couple days if we want to do fantasy baseball, a fantasy baseball league in there. So if you're not in there yet, get in there to be ready if you want to get into that fantasy baseball league. That should be a lot of fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? We'll probably be doing tournaments and stuff next year. Hopefully, they give us the ability to add multiple lineups in Diamond Dynasty, because that was a problem last year. We did a handful of tournaments. Problem was, a tournament might take a day or two, and people don't want to have their tournament lineup set and then be like, all right, well, now I want to go play regular Diamond Dynasty. I want to go play some ranked seasons, but I don't want to use this team. I want to use my fully loaded team. And they'd want to switch back and forth. Became a hassle. Such a hassle that we were just like, let's not even do tournaments anymore. Let's just hope they do. Let's hope they fix it next year. If we're going to do an online league, that's where it's going to happen. So definitely want to be over at the Bullpen Banter Discord if you can. What else do we got? What else do we got? If you want to subscribe on twitch.tv/ThatSportsGamer, $4.99 a month, you get access to a cool little emote. I'm also going to be working on a page. I'm going to have a Google Doc that I'm going to share out with the subs. Subs only Google Doc. It's going to have recommended budget guys at every position, recommended lineups for any events they put out this year, that kind of stuff. If you want to see more who my investment people are going to be in, so I will straight up just show you who I'm investing in, how many cards of them I have, and we'll see how that works out. Maybe we'll see me lose a lot of stubs. Maybe we'll gain you a lot of stubs. So that should be a lot of fun over there. Don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription. If you want to throw that my way, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, we will be back probably again next Friday. Again after the presentation and commentary stream. We don't like to do it that night. We like to take a day just so that we can let it all seep into our heads and just be able to process what happened in the stream and maybe talk about it a little bit prior to doing the show rather than just going off the cuff. I like to get a little pre-work in there. But yeah, it's been a great show. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you appreciated this rundown of what they had and my thoughts on what they've added. If you're looking for some other great content, I recommend you head over to your podcast app of choice or hitthepass.com and check out the latest episode of the Press Row podcast. Pasta Padre, myself, MillsGamingTV, SnaggleJ, and Paul Spohr got together to talk about a little bit about this stuff from the stream, but also each of our top 5 favorite things that a baseball game has gotten since baseball video games started. It was a great conversation with the great crew. Definitely recommend heading over there. Hitthepass.com and check out the Press Row podcast. Again, follow me on Twitter at ThatSportsGamer. You can follow MillsGamingTV and SnaggleJ as well. They're my normal co-hosts. But still trying to get locked down on our regular season stream, just because we don't know when the roster updates are going to go out during the season. Once we get that information, then we'll be locking down our show nights during the week. Last season it was Mondays. Pretty sure it's going to change this season. So yeah, make sure you're looking out for that. Again, thank you guys for watching and listening. Super duper appreciate it. And now it's time for you to get out of the bullpen and get into the game. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you again next week. Take it easy, folks.